Don, go ahead.
So, a couple months ago, one of the members of the so-called squad, this Ilhan Omar, she's a congresswoman from Minnesota. She was a Somali refugee. She is vehemently anti-American, and she had, one of the city councils in her district actually met 2 weeks after meeting with her, and they voted to cease doing the Pledge of Allegiance at their city council meetings, which they had always done. And about 2 weeks after that meeting, after they voted to eliminate the Pledge of Allegiance, there was such an uproar from the people in that community that they have now voted to put it back into place. I think as a unifying thing, we have the flag and the Pledge of Allegiance, and for people to say that our pledge and our flag is divisive is very problematic for me, and it should be for everybody else, because that's the two things that should be bringing us together and unifying us the most. When you have anti-American people that don't care about the flag, don't care about the Pledge of Allegiance, what it represents, what that tells me is that we are moving in a wrong direction. And one of the things I had wanted to do during the campaign last year, if I had won, was to start saying the Pledge of Allegiance here at the fiscal court meetings. Because our surrounding counties, Bullitt County, Spencer County, Washington, they say the pledge before their fiscal court meetings. In fact, some of them say prayer. I think it's really important for us, before our elected officials make decisions on our liberty and our justice, to pledge live with liberty and justice for all. Because you know what? It's a reminder, before you make those votes on our liberty and our justice, it's important. Our flag is important. Our country is important. And you know, we have this underlying element of people that are trying to subvert our history, subvert our patriotism, and it's wrong. And I think I've given most of you guys the proposed ordinance, but I'm proposing that we pass an ordinance requiring, an ordinance establishing a requirement that Nelson County fiscal court meetings be opened with the Pledge of Allegiance. Basically states, whereas the U.S. flag and Pledge of Allegiance are unifying symbols of this great country, and whereas the elected officials of Nelson County Fiscal Court desire to express the Pledge of Allegiance at the opening of our meetings, be it ordained, hereinafter all Nelson County Fiscal Court meetings will open with the Pledge of Allegiance. It's very simple. It's a unifier. It's not divisive. Anyone that thinks it's divisive, I think they should really look at how they view this country. Because if we can't agree on anything else, if we can't agree on what to do with politics, on who should be president, who should be congressperson, at least we should be able to unify for that flag and unify for what that flag and the Pledge of Allegiance stands for. So I'd appreciate you guys passing this ordinance, which you all have. Dean, I don't think I gave you one, but I would appreciate you guys doing it. I think the majority of the citizens in this county would appreciate you guys passing it. Every time I say it. And it's for your consideration. Thank you. Thank you. Comments?
I can see where he's kind of coming from here, I guess, just a little bit. I'll tell you, I attend Fairfield City Council meetings, and I attend Bloomfield City Council meetings. Bloomfield City Council meetings, they stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance. That's all good, but I feel like it's, you know, I just feel like it's, I don't have to reaffirm my vows to my wife every morning. When we come in here, I feel like we're doing the county's business. And I think when each one of these guys stood up here and took an oath of their office, they pledged allegiance to that flag. I don't feel like I have to pledge my allegiance to the flag every day, because my heart and my past, my history shows that. Just for example, how many people in here is a veteran? There we go, Raymond Penrose. Okay. Anybody Boy Scout? Boy Scout? Eagle Scout? Boy Scout leader? Right there, Wade Hibbs was one of my Boy Scout leaders. Mentored me to become an Eagle Scout. I served my country for 4 years. I served over in Desert Storm. I've been sent overseas to Germany. And I appreciate this flag. I appreciate what it stands for. But I know each and every one of these guys is very patriotic. I don't feel like there's an issue myself about any of us patriotism. So the fact that you would bring this into the court is a little bit offensive to me. So I just want to put that out there. It makes me think you're questioning my patriotism, which I take offense to.
Well, I like how you turned it around on
Yeah, I ain't turning nothing
That's
around.
exactly what you're doing.
No, I'm not turning anything around,
It's
dog.
like saying the Star Spangled Banner at the beginning of every football game. Why you...
Don, how many meetings do you attend up here? How many meetings do you even attend up here? How many times you come up here? Why do you want to bring this into fiscal court when we're trying to conduct the business
Why
of
have
the
the Star
people?
Spangled Banner for every football game, Eric?
You tell me.
Why?
You tell me. Does it make you feel more American?
It represents what this nation is about.
Guys, if you guys would move forward, if you guys are going to pass this or not, we're not here to get into a,
I didn't know how long it was going to go, but everybody, Eric, I appreciate your comments. I'm not going to politicize
And that's what it is.
pledge allegiance or the anthem.
This
before the court?
country is at
We have a
risk.
gentleman
This
like to
country
speak.
is at risk of losing our patriotism, losing what we stand for as a nation. That's a
You can have this
unifier.
outside, Don. You can have these discussions outside.
That's our unifier.
Yeah, we can talk about
We're
this
going to have order
outside.
here.
All right.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes, Jim.
Make a comment?
Yeah.
Actually, what would be wrong with saying the pledge of allegiance? I know that we know it, we're a different generation, but we do need to pass our values down to the next generation. Just because you know it, I know it, doesn't mean that our children know it. So please think about that when you make that decision.
Well, you know,
It's not all about us, it's
this-
about passing it on to the next
That's a
generation.
good point.
fiscal court is a business meeting. And I looked back at the history of the county judges back to Charlie Robertson's day in the 70s. And none of the previous courts have said the Pledge of Allegiance doesn't make it wrong, doesn't make it right. And this court, I think, like Eric put it, there's nobody here not showing any allegiance to the country. And to have a political view bring to the court their desire to put the politics into our court meetings, I just don't like it. We're not going to stand for it. Any other questions, comments? I'm going to adjourn this meeting. Motion to adjourn by Bernard
real
Wright.
quick. I want
Just
to
a second, Raymond, just a second. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, now.
I want to commend maintenance for me just having a conversation with you, reference the loading dock over at the sheriff's office. They came, cleaned it up. I thought it was going to be later down the road that same day. Russell and the guys from the jail came over, they cleaned it up. The fire department came, hosted down. If you guys drive by there, it looks 200% better.
But thanks for bringing my attention.
And I appreciate the guys coming in so quickly to take care of that for us.
All approved, motion to adjourn, say aye. Aye. Disapproved, motion carries. Thank you all.
You better step up away from me, buddy. You need to get away from me right now. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You question my faith. I did. You stepping on the fight. You can question my. You can question it if you want to.
I do question your patriotism.
Well, that's an insult to me. That's an insult to my
You have to
service.
live with it.
Guys, that's
You know what? I question your patriotism.
You need to take it somewhere else.
You need to take it somewhere, I guess. Okay, yeah. I'm sure those 55 voters that you barely won by would really appreciate it now, brother. 'Cause I'll tell you right now,
Hey, Don, this is no better.
Nobody wins when you shout. You can have different point of views. Yeah. Me and Hardhead disagree pretty regularly.
But at the end of the day, drink. No, I ain't messing with their crap.
I do.